The interface, or what the hell is all this stuff on the screen? Let's start with the very top, where you can see we've got, you got a symbol for bread, wood, iron, gold, diamonds. If you click on it, it opens the resource shop on the tab of whatever it was you clicked on. But you can easily switch between them. And you can see it tells you your total resources, how much is protected, and how much is unprotected. On this screen, you can also use stuff that's in your bag, open resource chests, or if you don't have any of a particular type, you can buy it with diamonds. Now I do want to point out anything that is red, you're unprotected, can be taken from you if you are attacked. Also, anything in your uncollected here can be taken from you in an attack. How much is protected is determined, well, you can see how much is protected by looking at your warehouse. As you can see, I 2.2 million food and wood, 641,000 iron, etc., etc. That's what I have protected. What determines, some of that is determined by your warehouse. Some of it is determined by, not there, Lord Talents, I believe it is. Which I've got, will be covered more later, and actually I've got a video on it. So that's the resource shop. Right below that, we've got the VIP. Which, just real quick, is very important. You get 600 VIP points for logging in every day, or up to, if you haven't logged in enough days in a row, then it's less than that. But eventually it reaches 600 points per day. You can get more from some events. The fastest way to get VIP points and increase your level is to spend 4,900 diamonds to get 5,000 VIP. You'll notice that's there's a slight discount compared to the others. You want to get your VIP up as quickly as possible because, first of all, it controls how many Brave Hearts you can do per day, which is important for events where you need to spend a lot of AP. It controls how many troop formations you can record, how many you can set up. I've got a video covering that. Food output, resource output, hunt march speed. You get some speed ups. Auto speed up activates at VIP 5 for campaign. VIP 7 is very good to have because that's when you can auto occupy in the pit. When you have a C16, you can access the pit where you mine stuff. But there's a lot of, particularly in the lower levels, there's a lot of screens, a lot of competition. If you don't want to be trying to flip through 300 and something screens to find an open pit, you can use the auto occupy if you have VIP 7. VIP 8 gets you another March queue. You get one to start with. 3 come from researching stuff in the Institute. And then there's one more that you can get from reaching VIP 8. And then the important one is VIP 10. Because that's the one where you can where is it? Reset and apply talent sets for free. That's the big one. Now, there's still good stuff after that. Increases to the infirmary cap. Being able to record more troop formations. Unlimited Braveheart attempts at VIP 13. I don't know if they mention it here. No, they don't. There's a look you can get, which I'll talk about more in a minute, if you have VIP 15. But anyway, so VIP, very important. I highly recommend focusing on trying to get that at least to VIP 10. After that, I don't focus on it as much. There's also up here in the center is your Improve Might screen. Now, these percentages are based on, I'm not sure if it's your castle level or your lord level. But, for example, I don't have all of the heroes, but my hero rating is 100%. So, obviously, there's something else involved in that. If you click Improve, it'll take you to a screen where you can see if you can improve that. Also in the center, we've got this little group of people with numbers. If you have marches out, this takes you to your troop info screen showing you where your marches are. If you click on the little magnifying glass, you can see what that troop is made up of. Sometimes the system will automatically include heroes when you send marches out gathering. This is a good way to figure out where on earth they went. If you click return, that'll bring the troops back. If you click go, that'll take you to that spot where those troops are. Okay, so that's pretty much the center of the screen. Going down the left side, we have the avatar screen. And you can see there's a little number in the upper left-hand corner of the upper left-hand avatar thing. That shows your Lord level. I'm currently 42, go me. If you click on it, that opens the Lord info page. Now, a lot of this stuff you can also see in the blacksmith. Your gear, your gems. I don't remember if you can see your builder set or tech set screens in the blacksmith. Or I also don't remember if you have this little thing showing the stats from each of them. There's also the Stellar Force thing, which I'm not really all that familiar with. It apparently has to do with your skin display screen. And I'll talk, I don't remember if I talk about that in the castle video or not, or in the buildings video when I cover the castle or not. If I do, I will put a link in here on there. You know, there'll be a link on the screen here for that. Sorry, I had my lunch alarm. Okay, and then blessings, but again, that's something I should have talked about under blacksmith. Yeah, onward. So your name, this little thing that's copy. So if you're looking at somebody else's and you want to copy their name, you can hit it there. Good for the people who insist on using fancy characters and shit that you can't just easily type. Also, this little pencil thing is a place where you can change your name. If you don't have a name changer, then it's 200 diamonds, I believe. So if I wanted to use that, I could change my name. And then also in this box, there is this, which opens the change screen. Now here we see looks. This image is what appears when you go into Lux's test or the Alliance Party. Don't ask me why they have this, but they do. And this is where I mentioned VIP 15 is how you activate the Flora Fairy. And then there are also some of the heroes You can use them if you have 100 of their cards. The thing is, it's expensive because I believe, you get the Lord skin cards, I believe, and then you trade them for the specific Lord card, and it's like 100 to 1. So for 100 Cleopatra cards, you actually need like 1,000 Lord skins or whatever. I'm not sure. I just know that I can't afford it. There's also change frame, where if you earn frames or buy them, you can find them here. Apparently I haven't earned any yet. That's odd. I could have sworn I had one. Now some of them will have, most of them will have some sort of boost thing. One thing I do want to point out is that they are stackable. So you can have, while you will only see one around your avatar at any time, you can have multiple ones active, and they'll all contribute to your frame stats. And then the final bit on this, in this section, is the change avatar, which is what is actually shown in that little square, and when you're chatting, so on and so forth. And it's any hero you have unlocked. So okay, it confused me a little bit because this is Cashin, and like, well, I have Cashin, but no, that's Cashin's secondary look, which when I do finally get around to doing my video on heroes, I'll talk about secondary looks there. But anyway, being as I'm a stuck-in-the-mud middle-aged woman, I just go with the one female character that doesn't look like a flippin' porn star. I sometimes ask them to consider doing others, and actually, Cleo isn't too bad, but I'll stick with Florine until they do someone else. Anyway, so that's the change screen. Then here's the experience bar, which shows your Lord level again. As you can see, I've got a long way to go to reach level 43. It also shows your current stamina, your current AP, and these plus signs will take you to areas where you can, get those things. Your total might. This is everything that contributes to your might, including your troops and shit. Interestingly enough, if you hit this little scroll thing, it shows your highest might, not including your troop might. I'm not entirely sure why they have that difference, but I'm glad they do, because in various events and such, it's an easy way to get an idea of how many troops somebody has. Because as you can see, I've got 20 million, almost 20, what's that, 21 and a half? No, 53, 63, 73, 75. So 22.5 million in troop might. That indicates I've probably got a significant number of troops. So you might want to be careful attacking me if you only have, like, say, 200 million or 2 million in troop might. And then your kills of killing enemy players, soldiers. I'm only that high because some idiot decided to attack us early on and wouldn't stop until I completely wiped out his troops. Okay. Then going along the bottom, we've got the talent screen, which, as I said, I do have a talent video. So hopefully there should be a little marker on the screen right now taking you to that if that's what you're looking for. Lord info. You can see the history and current might of various things. Again, why I'm No clue. Battle record, which I'm not sure. I mean, it's got to include. I think it does include stuff from Dragonia and Battle of Sarnesia and such location battles and stuff. Excuse me. Oi. That's how many enemy units I've done. Okay, see, and see here it specifies how many times I've attacked enemy territories. And how many times I've been attacked. And then under other, this is, I guess, I don't know, primarily for bragging rights, so I guess it's a good way to, check out how helpful an alliance is. If you click on this, you can see how many resources I've transported to other people, how many helps I've done. So if somebody hasn't done, if you're thinking about joining an alliance and you look and their leader or officers don't really have a lot high numbers here, then, maybe they're not that helpful and you might want to think about going somewhere else. Boost info. Just various boosts for various things. The only one I ever really look at is economy boosts during gather events, but I talk about that more in the gathering video for Valiant Conquest. Alliance info, which is just another way to look at the alliance screen. Though if you're looking at somebody else's Lord info screen, then you'll see the public alliance screen for them. And then achievements, which I did a video on the other day. So there should be a link on screen to that if you're interested. Okay. Onward. And, a lot of screens, if I'm going too fast or if you need to remind yourself later, a lot of screens have these little exclamation points, which gives you more information. So don't be shy about hitting those. All right. So and then we've got another thing to see your stamina and AP. This one tells you how long until they fully replenish. Also, how long until the next point. This can be a good way to see, like if I was only one short of enough stamina to do a rally, I might look here and see how long I've got to go. Okay, and then below that, we have the 2 building queues, which if you click on them will open up that screen. Same thing for the research queue. And then if you have a C16, we've got the pit and access to that. And then this is your daily to-do per se. It's basically a shortcut to things that you want to do a lot. I apologize for all the yawning. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. It's just after lunch. I shouldn't be this sleepy. Anyway, you can see it shows I still have a hero showdown. I could challenge one more person in the arena for free. I've got 4 challenges in the hero championship if I want to. I've already gotten all my interactions in the Sorai lair and the goddess. Well, looks like the quiz is up again, so I can go there. Excuse me. So that's the left side. Going down the right side, we've got the mall to spend cash money if you can afford to. I do my best to stay out of here. I will spend in the beginning. Unfortunately, it's easy to overdo. So now I am just not looking at the mall at all if I can help it. Occasionally there are top-up gifts, little bonuses for spending money. Also, like various castle levels and some heroes have these special deals that pop up when you reach certain points, and those would be right there. So below the cash mall, we've got the gift center where you find things like the subscription cards and all that. It's where you collect your daily login pack. And for some reason, they have the deluxe summons in here. Actually, I don't think I'm not sure I've done a video on deluxe summons. I'm going to have to check that and do one if I haven't. I mean, it is something more of an event thing, but they keep it in the gift center for some reason. And then, of course, the event screen with the regular events, the holiday events, and the about to start. We got Valiant Conquest starting, which is great because I'm flipping. Well, I don't know. Maybe it'll work out because I'm so tired I might fall asleep early. To make it easier to get up when my alarm goes off at 3 a.m. Well, 15 minutes before 3 a.m. to do Valiant Conquest. Wait. And then there's that special deal thing, which depends on what you've bought in the past and where you are, determines what shows up there. Nobody's doing a rally yet. If there was a rally, it would be showing up around here. Help screen when there's helps that need to be done. Excuse me. This button, which sometimes looks like a hammer or a shield or various other things, depending on what you've got going on, opens up the territory boost screen where you can see if you're in War Frenzy. You can start shields if you want. You click on that and then you can choose a shield. You can add boosts, which you can also do through the bag diamond shop. But this is not only is this a little faster, but it's buy and use. If you go to the bag and the diamond shop and do it there, then it just buys them. And then if you forget to activate them, I do that a lot for some reason. So anyway, and then the final thing, that we can see right now is the book, which is the talent screen, where you have quick access to use talents if you want. And then if you have, you can hit this little thing. And if you've got talent memories, again, check out the talent video for more information on that. You can switch between them quickly. But I don't particularly want to do that right now. I stay in the training one, balance, because that's where the stamina replenishment is. It helps my stamina replenish faster. Ugh. Okay, so that's, and sometimes there'll be other icons, kingdom boosts, demon incursion has a thing there, so on and so forth. Okay, and then whatever is the recommended quest thing is right there. World map, I'll get there in a minute. Hero, of course, where you can look at and upgrade your heroes, drool over what you haven't obtained yet. So in the bag, you can see you can recycle some frags, but only do so if the enhancement level is maxed out. If they aren't maxed out, then don't do that, because you want to get them all maxed out. Even the teeniest, damn it, I'm yawning again. Teeniest, tiniest hero helps with something. Food output in case of fluorine. Oh, sorry, I wasn't quite done with the back. I wasn't quite done with the hero. And then access to the curio warehouse, though in general, it's better to deal with that through the blacksmith. Okay, then of course quests. You can see main quests. Daily quests. See my video on that. Or, you know, I don't think I cover it in depth, but I do have one showing how to get 130 quest points in just over 5 minutes, along with the Alliance activity, so you can see how well we're doing. Woof. Yeah, 2 days ago, and we've already got all the rewards, so go us. Doing very well on that. Most of us. Bag, which, you know, of course, this is where, again, you can find these things. Speed ups. Military stuff. Treasure stuff. Miscellaneous. Check miscellaneous occasionally, because sometimes lore experience shows up there. And there isn't any event worth waiting on it for. Same thing with Sorai experience. There is no event where you get points for using the experience, so just do it whenever it shows up. Runestones, however, there are events for, so leave those alone. I like to check the miscellaneous occasionally. One, to make sure that I've got directory locates, because they're helpful in a number of events. See if I've got I've got a bunch of wishing coins, so the next time I do a big upgrade, I need to remember to use those. I don't have any daily hammers that I can use, so. Oh, sorry. And then also in the bag, that's where you find the diamond shop, where you can see all the stuff you can buy with diamonds. And as I pointed out when we were looking at the territory boost screen, if you buy it here, you just buy it. It doesn't automatically use it. You need to remember to start it. And under treasure, there are some things you can buy. Dwarf engineering is required to upgrade your Hall of War. And for some reason, a lot of people don't want to spend the diamonds. I don't get it. It's only 5 diamonds per dwarf engineering. And Hall of War is very important for when you run rallies. Really want to keep that up to date. And then miscellaneous. Oh, I wonder when Dragondom is coming. As you can see, we can buy tickets to the wars. So I'll click on that in a moment just to see. It's not technically part of this video, but since I'm here thinking about it, does it say? Nope, just says coming soon. Sorry. Anyway, so that was the back. Mail, of course. System mail, which I ignore 95% of it. Player mail. Please don't ignore player mail. Because if I write you something, I kind of like a response. Alliance mail. This is something that apparently confuses people. I write one message. And I'll show you again when we get to the Alliance screen. I write one message and it goes out to everybody in the Alliance. It is not addressed to you personally. So if it is a complaint about something, don't take it personally. It may not be directed at you. It's just easier to email all 80 plus members than it is to email 20 people individually. The other thing to remember about Alliance mail is if you reply to it, let me click on hers. If you reply to it, it shows up for me under the player mail. So when you respond to Alliance mail, it's a good idea to say, hey, in response to this Alliance mail about such and such subject, I say this. This is particularly confusing last week, or earlier this week when I did the Alliance mail asking about people asking time slots for Battle of Sarnesia. Somebody just answered 4. Which would have been fine, except I had also just sent them a message asking them which reward chest they wanted. And so, okay, are you voting for that time slot or do you want that chest? Which is it, man? So yeah, just take a moment to say, hey, in response to this Alliance mail message, I say this. Battle logs, of course. All sorts of fun stuff. Bookmarks. Even if some people might bookmark, say, a report, you can come here and you star it and it's bookmarked. But even though it's bookmarked, it doesn't stay forever. It doesn't, unfortunately, this is one of the times where the exclamation mark isn't very helpful. Unless maybe that holds true even for bookmark stuff, the 7 days. I haven't really timed it. I just know that stuff that I bookmarked and thought was going to stick around didn't. Okay, and then we've got the Alliance tab, where you can look at things like what the buildings are. We've got all of them, so you can also just look at the map for that. If there's a rally going on, and also if somebody had initiated, if someone initiates a rally against one of our members or one of our buildings, like the fort or border stones, it shows up here. Individual attacks do not, which really kind of sucks. I mean, one of the many annoying things about the game. Alliance Treasury, this is where, I don't know why they have this tab still, because that's for hunter tactic rewards, and now that we're doing the global hunter tactics, they don't give out chests anymore. But there's still the Alliance activity. You can come here and see where you are on the list. So you can get an idea whether or not I might be contacting you soon, or your if you're in Alliance. I'm doing these mainly for my alliance, but other people in other alliances might be watching these too. You can see what was earned, and depending on what your relationship with your leader is, you might be able to say, hey, I'd really like this particular chest, because if you click on the things, you can see what's in them. Alliance event, this can take you. Time Rift shows up here when it's ongoing. You can see the cooldown period for the Gate of the Abyss ends in 4.5 hours, but we're probably not going to do. Today is Friday for me, and we're probably not going to do the gate until Sunday. I need to rework things. The current times weren't working because we were doing them on during Valiant Conquest, and even more annoyingly, trying to do them just after Dragonia War. It's not working, so we need to figure something out for that. If I required requests for people to join, they would show up there. I don't. Gift levels, where you can collect gifts. Or, it says gift level, but it's just gift section. Alliance Tech, where you can donate to the Alliance stuff. Here you can see rankings. If you're in my alliance, this is somewhat important because promotions and demotions are dependent upon where you rank on these rankings. I assign points for ranking first, second, for each. First place, being ranked first gets you 100 points in that category. Being ranked second gets you 99, so on and so forth. And actually, I think I never mind. You know what? I'm not going to get sidetracked. I'm pretty sure I explain that in more detail in my expectations for my alliance video, or whatever that is. I'll try and remember to pop a link in for that. Alliance members, you can see who the officers are, leader, various people's ranks. If you're an R4 or the leader, you can see who's online, and if somebody's been offline for more than a day, how long they've been offline. If you go to the little exclamation mark in the corner, you can see what the permissions are for the various officers and such. For example, I think that's the overseer. It can recall building troops or dismiss rallies. The only one other than the leader who can. I'm really not sure why it's the overseer that can do that and not the warlord. That makes no sense to me. In fact, I don't think. Which one's the warlord? Red one's the warlord. Yeah, there doesn't appear to be anything that the warlord can do that the others can't. It's so weird. And then you could also see what the various rank levels can do. Like you have to be an R3 to send Alliance mail. And then this is I really don't understand how these impeachment rules work. So I can't really talk about those. Okay, and then got the Alliance shop where there's the weekly offer, which honestly, it confuses me because some of these, like the talent reset, that's available in the shop itself. And I don't think that's a discount, so. And then there's the shop. If you hit the little present, you can see what people are buying. And then, and this is hold on, my golden retriever wants love. Quit breathing on the microphone. Go away. Oh, he's trying to climb in my lap. A 65-pound golden retriever is not a lap dog. I promise. I swear. He doesn't believe me. Anyway, so, here's where you can find things like VIP points. If you want to spend Alliance coin on them. Directed relocates, talent resets if you don't have VIP 10. I really don't pay attention to the treasure thing. They're these golden platters. You can use them to reset points in that you buy with runestones in the lair. Military. I don't bother buying Shields of Grace. As you can see, I've got 73 of them because they're in the final reward chest for daily quests, and I get those. Speed ups, resources, and then if you are an R4 and your leader isn't a control freak the way I am, then you can stock things. As you can, I'm gonna have to talk to Quinks. Quinks is not supposed to be stocking stuff. I am neurodivergent, and so I need things to even amounts or it makes me unhappy. And so whenever I offer somebody the position of R4, one of the things they have to agree to is that they're not going to stock. But on the other hand, it looks like he did it or he or she did it to replace something they bought or something, because it's at an even number, so I'll let it go. But also I try not to, I stock once a day, usually an hour or two after reset, because there are Time Rift, to start that costs Alliance honor. There's a resource boost under Alliance Tech. There's this Alliance skill that we're researching, Alliance resource, that also those show up here under Alliance skill, and that costs Alliance honor. So, and that's something I start just before reset. So yeah, I try not to spend any Alliance honor outside of 2 or 3 hours after reset. Anyway, so Alliance mail, as I said, this is where I do one message. I write the message, I click send, everybody gets it. Another access to the Alliance help screen, where you not only see the speed up helps, but also a shortcut to same screen you'd see if you clicked on your market. Same screen that you'd see if you clicked on your Alliance Hall. Is that what they're calling it now? It used to be called something different. Yes, they're calling it the Alliance Hall now. And then operations, I've got a much more involved screen because I'm the leader. I believe everybody, I'm not sure what everybody can see. Let's go ahead and switch to another castle so you can see what most people see. One moment. Okay, this is my farm in K85. That's not what I wanted. I was going to the operations. All right, so what most people see is just the Alliance open info. which is what somebody else outside the alliance looking at us sees. The quit button, and then the alliance immigration, which I don't know a whole bunch about, mainly for two reasons. One, because it's fairly new. I think it only became an option 3-4 months ago. And two, because it costs $100. And as much as I, you can see here, there's a note about how Night Sky 2 exists in K179, and I'm going to be moving there. Because as you can see, we've only got 47 members, and most of them are inactive. We've got, 18 plus 7. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I can't look at it here because this one doesn't, this is an R3 and doesn't see those. Trust me, we're down to like 20 active castles, and that's only because some of us, like I have 7 in this alliance. So there's only like 4 or 5 active people. So we're looking at moving, but I'm not going to try and move the alliance to K179 because I don't have $100 that I want to spend on a game. So anyway, I'm going to switch back to the other castle now. Alrighty, so that was the alliance screen. More. We've got friend, which is where you can see people who you've connected with. And there are some group chats, like currently we've got a couple of different leadership chats for Kingdom Politics. And then I've got one for Alliance Matters where I can ask others to do Alliance mail so that I'm not doing all of them, because that's a good way for stuff to get lost. Whoops, wrong button. The guides take you to a thing and all that. So rank, you can see everybody's rank, where you rank in. Ooh, hello. Somebody must have done something to lose some might, because I was 11th last time I looked. Alliance might rank. Currently in this kingdom, we have a NAP 25. So if you're not in one of the top 25 alliances, you might want to join one of the top 25. And this is how you find out. Sorry, I'm opening a soda. Trying to stop the yawns. So you can click it on Might Rank, and then if you want to check out Alliance, you click on them and see, oh, see, they're, they do events at these times. Okay, well, that might work for me. And oh, look, they've currently got 17 openings. Yeesh. And then you can look at the Alliance members. And, as I said, you could, since this is mine, actually, I shouldn't have used mine. I should use somebody else's. So let's go to TDO. You can click on that, and you can see their stats. He's pretty good about sharing resources. You can see his numbers are possibly a little higher than mine. They've got officers. Not as many openings. You can see where they all rank. And they're doing events 2 hours after reset. So, yeah. So that's the ranks section. And then under settings, we've got all of these. Pack is where you can redeem gift codes if you come across them. They have to be entered in exactly. Help takes you to customer service. Notifications is where you can turn notifications on and off. I keep them all off because I've never had much luck with them. They only seem to give me notifications if I'm playing the game, in which case most of the time I don't need it. I'll see it. Blacklist, if you blacklist anybody, you can't see anything they post, and they can't send you mail. Another look at the rank, and I forgot when I was looking at rank. you know, tells you, hey, we only talked about the first 100. And then there's a battle division rank, which our battle division is currently K167 through K183. And so then you can actually even look at, I don't even rank in that. Our alliance is 161. That's not, well, I don't know out of how many. So I'm not sure if that's good or not. Manage character, just if you have multiple characters, like I've got 4 characters on this account. Fan page, you can change the language. I do that sometimes if I need to, if somebody's not, if the translation program is messing up, I'll sometimes change the language so I can see what the game calls something, so I can convey it accurately. Search, you can search for somebody if you search for a character, it does the entire everybody. So you can see I searched Paxton, who's in K85, and it came up. For Alliance, it only works in your kingdom. So if I type in the TNS, which is my alliance, it's going to say not found it because it's not in this kingdom. And then account, this is where you can find the user center, where you can switch your account, bind your account, agreements, survey if there is one, feedback, which is customer service again. So, all right, yeah, that's everything on the screen in Castle View. Now, if we go to Map View, a lot of it stays the same. The mall and stuff up on the right. The it switches to the march queues on the left side. But then there's 3 new icons down here at the bottom. This thing with the 4 arrows, that simply either expands or contracts, which doesn't really change all that much. There's a magnifying glass, so you can search for monsters, hell fortresses, or resource spots. What's really neat, I mean, first of all, I've been playing long enough. When I first started playing, you couldn't search for resources this way, which is part of why I've only recently finally been able to stop myself from insisting not having a rule about gathering inside but other alliance borders, because it would always frustrate me to have like a level 6 here that another alliance was gathering from and having to search trying to find another one. But now not only do they have it for the resources as well, but when there's special monsters, there's some like treasure goblins and stuff that show up occasionally. Those, you can search for those here too. So that's awesome. And then the overview, which is opened by that little upside down pyramid icon in the lower left. Opens up the overview. One thing I do want to note is that it's compressed. Looking at this map, it looks like it's the same. It's like it's a square. It's not. It's a rectangle. There's a 2-to-1 compression vertically, so the map is actually twice as tall as it looks in this. So you can see, if you click this thing, it takes away, those are the artifacts people have. Now my territory is dark blue. Since I am the leader, I can't see the red tag for the leader. And because we're all clustered around the fort, it's getting blocked out, but you can see other alliance members. If you click this second icon down here in the lower right, that hides those. You click on the logs, that shows you the resource belts. So you can, if you're having, like, if I'm having trouble finding resource spots where I'm at, I might open this and click over here and try to find one. And then this world icon down here in the lower left opens up the kingdom list. I come here when I know who the opponents are for various alliance versus alliance or kingdom versus kingdom events. I'll come here and go to that kingdom and just enter and look at that alliance or look at people in that kingdom to see what's what. For example, actually, who are we up against in Valiant Conquest? Valiant Conquest is going to be starting in just over 14 hours. And we're going to be up against 180. So I might come here and click on 180 and take a look around. Maybe try and decide in advance where I might want to go to find targets during Valiant Conquest. In one of my videos for Battle of Sarnesia, I talk about finding the alliance that we're matched up against and taking a look at who might potentially be showing up. I'm actually not sure if there's a fast way to... Not that one. That one. Okay, so you can also just switch to castle view, and then when you come back to map view, you'll be looking at your own kingdom again. That's the only... Those three are the only differences. And, I don't think I ever... hopefully by now everybody knows that that is the chat. If you click on that, it opens the chat. And you've got the alliance chat. You've got the kingdom chat. And when there is an event like Valiant Conquest, or when you're in the Boneyard, or in Battle of Sarnesia, things like that, there's also a Battle Division, which would be a third tab. So that is everything. All that kind of interface stuff. So yeah, hopefully you have a better understanding of where to find what you need to find. Good luck.